Hey guys, Matt here back with another video, and we talk about Mario Kart Tour on this channel, and today has been a pretty rough 24 hours in the Mario Kart Tour community. So this video, a little bit different. You'll notice usually I have an intro and things like that, but just a straight talking video, straight to the camera, straight from the heart, because we are going through some challenges right now. We're going through some difficult news and information. There's a lot we don't know, but this video here is hopefully to help bring you up to speed with what's going on. So if you clicked on the video, if you don't know what's going on, then Koopa V dropped a video about 24 hours ago about the future of Mario Kart Tour. So I'm guessing probably everyone's seen that video by now. But since then, there's been a lot of talk in the community. Massive shout out to Sammy D and the Kart Life server. There's been a lot of conversation there. I've been scrolling through that for a wee while now and just trying to pick at all of the stuff that's going on. So this video, I'm hoping to break down what we know now, what we still don't know now, and what it might mean and how we're feeling about all of this. And really, hopefully, I hope this video helps you to help process what's going on. I know we're all going through a bit of a rough time. The comments I've seen have been extremely sad to read. People saying they're going to quit the game and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So I totally understand how people are feeling, and I'm feeling the same way. So let's go through a few things about what we know based on Koopa V's video and some of the discussion in the community, some of the bits and pieces we know now. There's been all sorts of support tickets going back and forth with Nintendo, little tidbits of information, and getting a big picture of it is sometimes a bit difficult. So let's just go through point by point and talk through, and I'll share my thoughts as we go. So the first thing I've got here is that we now know that tours will loop identically starting from next tour. So this is not the worst case scenario of the game shutting down, but this is next to the worst scenario. What we really wanted was some kind of creative way. We still have so much hope for this game, and even you would hear a lot of the rhetoric in the community the last few weeks has been, this game's going to still be fun, there's still going to be stuff to look forward to. And while that's still going to be true, this is a huge loss. So the first huge loss is no new content. So we knew that no new courses was going to be a thing eventually, but they hit us with a double whammy of no drivers, karts, and gliders either, as well as no courses. And now this is kind of the second big, I was going to say nail in the coffin, but maybe I'll try to find another analogy that we can use. But I guess another big kick while we're already down, that the content is going to loop from previous tours. So what that means is that the battle tour from last year is going to repeat basically almost completely identically. Now, there are a couple of key differences. The first thing that will be, people are wondering about is like, from an ACR perspective, will it still have the same badges? Will it still have the same courses? And apparently, yes. It sounds like we're going to get all of the same cups with the courses contained within them, and even the ACR badge will still be the same. So that's what we know so far. This is incredibly disappointing, guys, because, man, there's so much that they could have done with mixing it up, making it more interesting, including, do a battle tour, right? But put different courses in there, bring back some of the older courses that we don't get very often anymore. I was really looking forward to that. But now it sounds like, Battle Tour last year it was fine, but we're getting that tour again. So this is incredibly disappointing. The next thing that we know from Koopa V's video is that there are no tour IDs left after July 2024. This is a huge bombshell, but it doesn't mean that the game is definitely shutting down. It could absolutely be a signal that the game is going to be coming to an end in July next year, which, man, that's just terrifying. It's only 6 months away, guys. Absolutely terrifying. But we don't know for sure that this is the case. So shout out to Bear, one of the community members over on Discord. He pointed out that with the Dr. Mario game, we had an end of service notice 3 months prior to the game shutting down. So note that this is in July, right? So people were saying, a lot of people in the community saying, well, surely if they are shutting down the game, surely they would have given us an end of service notice now. But if we know now that they're going to give it a 3 more months than they gave Dr. Mario, then likely what's going to happen is we would receive an end of service notice around April. And actually, Koopa V has left a comment. I had his, he'd made a comment basically saying exactly that, likely outcome, March tour, end of service announcement, in-app purchase disabled, app receives a final update, July tour, final send-off and service shutdown. Incredibly sad to think of, guys, but we do need to temper this. We don't know that that is the case for sure. I think there's a really strong feeling and comments that I've been seeing in the community today, that people are saying this makes no sense. If you think about it, we only just got all of these new courses. Like, I think Antelev commented, like, how sad would it be if we got no Yoshi tour with Yoshi's Island coming back. Now, to be fair, it could come back around April, just before the game shut down, but there's just so many courses. Does that mean, I saw Sammy's comment of, does this mean that Sky High Sunday never comes back? We've just played it for the last time. That would be incredibly sad, guys. Luckily I went for ACR, so ACR becomes like, say, sending off all of these courses as they come back for the last time, which is just so sad to say. But like I say, we don't know this is for sure, but that's a very likely outcome now. And I guess our worst case scenario before was that we thought, okay, what if the tours just repeated, exactly the same? Well, now we've had that confirmed, and now our greatest fear has become something even worse, which is the game shutting down entirely in July. Moving on, I want to move into some kind of more of the good news, which is that we do now have confirmation that items which haven't seen courses will still get buffed. This is a huge win, and actually what's interesting with this is we've had now confirmation of how buffs actually work. This is really, really interesting. So essentially there's a support ticket. I'll just jump over here so you can see my phone here. Support ticket here. It says this: according to the game specifications, the favorite courses and favored courses displayed on the driver cart glider detail screens are hidden if they've never appeared since the driver cart or glider first appeared. Therefore, the number of favorite and favored courses may increase each time the tour is updated. This is really cool. Firstly, we didn't know that this was the case, and now we actually do know that it is the case. That's how buffs work. So really interesting that they've actually predetermined the buffs. Maybe you think like, man, imagine if the data miners had found out sooner, this information, and they'd actually found a way to extract all of the course buffs when a new item launches. That would have been really, really interesting from a meta and investment perspective. But obviously they kept it under lock and key. It was probably encrypted data or something like that. This is good news that at least for the next 6 months, I guess it's longer, July would be longer than 6 months, right, guys? That would be more like 9 months. So at least we know that, that the items that we've just started investing into will get buffed next tour and onwards. So stay tuned for my tour reaction. We will look at the buffs. We will look at what's in ranked, and obviously we'll be reacting to whether or not it's the same, because that's when we're going to find out if it or not. But yeah, it's at least we've got that. So it's a very small, silver lining to this cloud. Then a couple of other good things that I just had written down here as well. This means, so this looping aspect, right, it means that we can potentially predict tours. That means you could better plan our investments, or things like, you want to go on an ACR run, that, I don't know, the New Year's tour is going to be exactly the same. It's such a crazy thought. Like, we have a New Year's tour, instead of it being a celebration with new stuff like Meowser, we just get the same as last year. Oh my gosh, that makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Maybe that's why they did a trick tour, guys, because they already knew they were going to be looping it. Oh my gosh, hurts my brain. But hey, if that's the case, I'll be doing ACR over New Year's, because I'm waiting for a trick tour. So anyway, at least we can predict what will show up in ACR. And, if rank's the same, so it's the one thing I'll say, if we do a tour reaction, rank's exactly the same as Battle Tour last year, hey, at least then we can predict a rank. We know what the tour order is going to be. We know what the courses are going to be. We know what's in ranked. Then we can invest into, it completely changes the investment game for the period of time where the game's still running, because we can just invest into what we know is coming in the coming tours based on what got buffed last year, which is kind of pretty funny. I guess we can go back and go, I never invested into, I don't know, Boo Masks. Did that have a good buff trajectory, and just ride the wave of that glider if you missed out on it last time round? It's interesting, right? But let's get into the things that we still don't know, right? Because it's really important to know that as much as what I'm saying here in terms of both information we have and predictions that I've got, there is still a lot that we still don't know. So the first thing really is we don't know which cups will appear in ranked, right? So as much as we are expecting exactly the same cups in exactly the same order with exactly the same courses and the same ranked cups, there is still a little bit of hope, which, temper this and manage your expectations well, guys. But Sammy actually put in a really good idea of they could pick different cups for ranked. So instead of having the first cup for ranked in the first week and the third cup for ranked in the third week, they could just go ahead and pick a completely different cup. Let's say the second cup and the fourth cup, just as an argument's sake. Completely different courses. That could be really, really interesting and really would be a game changer and really great for people who invest into ACR overall coverage like me and a lot of others in the community. So there's a little bit of hope there. We don't know for sure. I think that's maybe a little bit out there expectation, but we'll have to see. And then the second thing that we still don't know and we still don't have confirmation of is, as much as I talked about the potential end in July, we do not have confirmation that the game will end in July or not. And there are a lot of people in the community who are saying, it does not make sense. They've brought out 500 and something courses. They've got all these amazing items, just rotated in a way that's still fun. Even if it's just keeping the game going on cycling back old tours, that could be really, really interesting. And I was having a good chat with I think it was Vilify. Shout out to you, Vilify, if you're watching the video, in our spoiler chat and in the Discord, link in the description if you're interested. And I said something about old tours. So if they're bringing back old tours, like we know they will now, what I'm interested in is whether they bring back like older tours, say from like 2020 or 2021. And unfortunately, I don't know if they will. And the reason why I had a few kind of points, really it is that we're going to be cycling through these tours, right? But the old tours had no battle courses, and they also had less cups in ACR, and then they had older coverage items. So from Nintendo's perspective, I think that they probably would be very hesitant. Both it would take more effort to figure out what other courses would go in, and also then there would be no battle courses, so then they've got to add battle courses. And then also the ones that are showing up in ranked, like they're really old. Like imagine they bring back the original New York tour where only Pauline was in ranked. Now, of course, those courses would get buffed. However, I think that those courses are less interesting, and that maybe they're hesitant to bring back some of those original courses where the game was brand new. Just my thoughts, but we don't know, right? So I guess that's the stuff that we still don't know. I mean, there's plenty more that we still don't know, but that's what I had on my list. Let's talk about how we're feeling. So I think some of the things that we're feeling, firstly, we're feeling really disappointed. I think, there's people who are out there who are angry and frustrated and all sorts, but I think overall the sentiment in the community is that we're really disappointed, that I guess we're grieving the potential end of this game, and it feels like wasted potential. It feels like there's so much more that the game could do, despite all of the great content, all of the great times, all the great memories we've got this game. Man, there's just so much potential that this game has, and more battle courses to come and all of that. We've talked about that. We've been through that first stage of grieving no new content. But even with what the content is that we've got there, we've always, like I've been saying, like, why do they have to bring out the Sunday tour and make it so similar? Like, call it the ice cream tour and do something different. Like, just really mix it up. Like, I don't know. Just make it more interesting. So we're really disappointed that the game could be coming to an end. And I think, people have spent a lot of money on this game. As someone pointed out, people have paid $60 US for a copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and they can play that forever until their Switch dies. I mean, I've got my Game Boy sitting here. I can still play Pokemon Crystal. I bought this for, off my friend for $20 20 years ago, and I can still play this. This store I probably spent $20 on a commemorative pack, and that to think that could be gone is just absolutely crazy and super disappointing. I guess one of the things that makes it even worse and how I'm feeling is that we don't know where we stand. It's almost like the game's breaking up with us, but we don't know where we stand. Are we breaking up or are we not? Or is this going to be like we're still together in 2 years? or not. It's almost like, when you say goodbye to someone, but then you're still walking on the same side of the road to the same destination. You realize you're going to the same car park and you're still walking with them 5 minutes later. It's just awkward. And should I talk? Should I be chatting? Should I be engaging? Should I not? Should I be spending? That's a bigger part. And so that brings me to the next thing about how we're feeling. If the game does end entirely, I think a lot of people are feeling that it's no longer worth spending any money on premium challenges, any kind of commemorative packs, anything like that, which feels like a slap in the face when we've had this tour where a lot of people have been commemorating the end of content by going and buying some of these items and getting excited about them. And it really, I guess the key thing is we need to manage our expectations. Some people are saying, I'm quitting, I'm cancelling my gold pass, and at the same time that we're kind of becoming more cautious about spending, we're completely conflicted, aren't we, guys? Because the problem is, if we stop spending money, then that could even bring the end of service of the game quicker than if we keep spending, if we keep our gold pass. So I know Sammy made a video where he talked about, keep your gold pass. I challenge you to hang around to the end. And what I love to see, which I thought was a really great take, was people saying, I'm going to play to the end. Don't care if it's in 3 tours, in 6 months, in 9 months, or in 2 years. I'm going to play to the end. And that is such a good thought, so I think, managing expectations, managing how you spend, and having an awareness that money could be kind of going down the drain in July next year. I mean, we always knew that, right? That's the thing with spending money on this game, and that's why it's been controversial. It's been controversial from like a Gacha perspective. There's a big free-to-play player-based community. Massive shout out to everyone who's free-to-play who follows my channel. So manage our expectations and be careful with what you're spending your money on in the coming months. Then the next thing that we're questioning and how we're feeling is like, does Nintendo, are they trying to kill this game? Is that what they're doing, right? Because so much of what they're doing right now doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why rush out all this content and then stop new content? Why repeat these courses and cups and tours all exactly the same? And people are like, why? I see a lot of people saying, why can't they just do something interesting? Like, just mix up the courses. Like, just mix up the tours. Like, just hit shuffle. Like, seriously, that would be really, really fun. But a lot of people are saying, well, maybe because they want us to lose interest in the game over time. They want the community to actually shrink down so that when they end it, there's less backlash and there's less legal ramifications, if there is any, and I think that sadly this is sad but true, that they're really trying to distance themselves. Nintendo are trying to distance themselves from mobile games, and so it is possibly the case that this is exactly what they're trying to do. Really, really sad, because it's again, it just feels like such a slap in the face. A Mario Kart Tour has always flown in the face of traditional games. There's plenty of people out there, maybe you're watching this video right now, make sure to comment down below if you think this game is dumb and it should have ended a long time ago. Like, there's plenty of people who, the fan community, Mario Kart community, was really mad when they brought out Mario Kart Tour instead of developing a Mario Kart 9. But now equally, we don't want to, Nintendo shouldn't be alienating this fan base of people who love this game now as it comes to an end. They should be, finishing it out in a positive way. But I'm just concerned that they are doing it in a way that, they're trying to kind of almost show disinterest, almost like a disinterested partner in a relationship until the relationship kind of ends, it runs its natural course and just comes to an end, and the couple already know that the relationship, for all intents and purposes, ended months ago. Horrible analogy, but you get the point. So let's finish on some positive notes and how I'm feeling. Let's just take a moment of breathing because it's a lot, right? But I think we can finish on just a couple thoughts that I've got and some of the really cool things. We've got so many amazing people in the community with some really positive takes as well, and helping people to go through this grief for this game. So I think the first thing that I saw is I saw a comment saying, we need to play every tour like it's our last tour. I think it was Vilify, actually. Let's finish off with a bang. And I thought that was such a good thought. Doesn't matter how long you've been playing, how much you've invested, or how much time you've invested, or what it looks like. Let's end this game with a bang. Let's have fun, and let's play every tour like it's the last tour, because it very well might be our last tour or our last time playing these courses before the game does fully end and we can play our actual final tour. And I mean, you know, if it's the final tour, geez, if it's the final tour, I'll probably go all in on an ACR, just probably take some time off work. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And another thought that I want to finish on, which is really positive, was, man, this game is one of a kind. It really has been something. Like, I never expected to be playing this game for multiple years. I never expected to be making a YouTube channel. And the reason I ended up doing it is because it dragged me in. I just wanted to get into a casual game. But it dragged me back in after probably 10 years of not gaming. Ended up playing this game. So absolutely crazy. And the community is possibly even more so a unique, one-of-a-kind community, right? What an incredible community. That's you guys. The support I've seen with the memberships as we've launched them, that's been absolutely incredible. The kind of conversations, this Discord server a year ago, I just decided to try to make around this time, and it's been a year, guys, and we've got hundreds of people there all chatting. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, that's just been amazing. And you know, so I guess my thought around this is we want a game like this in the future. You know, I saw a few comments, people saying like, oh, you know, Mario Kart 9 has got to incorporate some of the features, some of the interesting stuff, new content, all of that jazz. And so that's a really good thought. I also saw, you know, a comment from Crazy, massive shout out to you, Crazy, one of our members on our channel, saying that he loves this game so much. He has, you know, it's the first game he's played in a long time, and perhaps when this game ends, he won't play games anymore. Like he's just kind of done. And that's just, I mean, obviously that's a bit sad, but how amazing is that this game has made such an impact on us that we, you know, it's dragged me back in. Someone like Crazy, just like, I don't think another game can ever compare. It's just incredible, guys. So what an amazing game. And I think probably my final thought, which is a positive thought, is there's a freeingness, and I think people have been very excited about the end of content and end of courses from that perspective, because there's no more coverage to get. You can go after the existing coverage, and you can go after your goals. And I think now is the time to go after your goals, whether that be ACR, whether that be going and getting Gold Me or Gold Mario this week. Like, don't hesitate, guys. It is Tuesday. Like, it is, you know, it's 24 hours till ranked ends. For your first week or your first attempt at getting Gold Mario, go in and get him, guys. I'm spending tickets. I'm going in because this is our possibly not only our only chance to get Gold Mario, but our only chance to play with him if the game does end. So yeah, whatever it is, maybe that's an investment goal. You want to level up your favorite gliders or drivers or karts. Go and do it now, guys. Like, don't wait. Of course, you know, spend wisely with your tickets when you need to in ranked. That still makes sense. That doesn't go away. But you know, if you've got a goal, if you could use it, if you're like, maybe I should level up this guy I've always wanted to, just do it, guys, because now is the time. Now is the time to have fun before this game comes to a close. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment below. Let me know how you're feeling. Hopefully this helped, like I said at the start, for you to process and think through, and maybe even know a little bit of more information about what's happening. Please let me know if I got anything wrong. This is all very hot off the press, and I've just been scrolling through chats for an hour or so. So please let me know if any of what I said is incorrect down in the comments below. But I think that's pretty much where we're at right now. Now, of course, in 24 hours, we're going to unlock Gold Mario, and we're going to really find out whether he's really useful. Hopefully we can still have fun with Gold Mario despite this news coming just before we unlock him. But stay tuned to the channel for that. Make sure to hit like if you liked it, sub if you loved it, and a massive shout out and thank you to all our members. In the outro, you'll see their names. Thank you guys for all your support on the channel, and hoping for many, many more years of content to come, regardless of what Mario Kart Tour looks like. So see you guys tomorrow, and take care. Bye-bye.